go any faster?
Not without wings.
Do you guys remember the game Battalion Wars on the GameCube? It was initially going to be the console version of the game Advance Wars, developed by Nintendo's Intelligent Systems, but got the name change as it turned into a game that mixed third-person shooting with strategy and controlling different squad members. Well, the game I have today is a lot like that, except it's a lot darker, it's set in World War II, and it has a guy who reminds me of Duke Nukem. It's The Outfit for the Xbox 360. The Outfit follows the group of a few different soldiers in the American Army who learn of a general in the Wehrmacht who is terrorizing villages, even killing women and children. The game uses a sort of old-school capture this area and use it as a respawn point system, and although this hasn't been used recently, it actually still works really well. The game gives you a number of different options for reinforcing, adding more vehicles, calling in airstrikes, and several other things to help you along the way. You'll also be controlling your own soldier at the same time, and this part of the game is all third-person shooting with rifles, grease guns, bazookas, and even flamethrowers.
That's a pair of orders.
Control in the Outfit is really its weakest point, though. While aiming works fairly well, movement in both on foot and in vehicles feels very sluggish and imprecise. It is definitely not a game breaker, and you will get used to it, but it will bug you when you have trouble turning around in tanks. The problem seems to stem from the fact that you are both the gunner and the driver in these sections, so while the right stick is for aiming guns, all you have for the vehicle is the left stick. This means you turn and accelerate with the same analog stick, and this is much more frustrating than it sounds. Hit detection is also pretty bad. Shooting at an enemy 30 times before he actually takes a hit is a bit of a pain.
My sister hits harder than that.
But the Outfit really isn't about the third-person shooting itself. It's about the combination of this and using strategy and your squad mates to complete each objective, and the game does this very well. The experience is pretty seamless. You have the ability to actually capture specific types of buildings to gain access to airstrikes or other abilities, and you can then use these later to help yourself out of a tough area. Your squad can also be used to man different weapons and attack the enemies you order them to, and you can use points to call in reinforcements if something goes wrong. The Outfit really does a good job of using old shooter concepts and not making them feel dated. What does feel dated, though, are the visuals. It's expected, as this game is more than 5 years old, and the game uses a slightly cartoony style, but textures, characters, and environments all look pretty bad, even for an early 360 game. Voice acting is actually pretty good, as is the music. It fits the dark, yet approachable tone of the game nicely. Actually, speaking of which, I don't really think this got an M rating for violence. It's nothing worse than what you'd see in most teen-rated games, but the subject matter is a little bit more mature.
These people, they were all burned alive.
Ne tirez pas! Ne tirez pas! Je suis français! Je suis de votre côté! Merci, mon Dieu, d'avoir entendu mes prières.
While I wouldn't call the Outfit a tremendous game, it's interesting in how it manages to make some dated concepts still feel fresh. If you can find this cheap, I definitely recommend it.